Here's our last example for this section. I'm not so sure if you can read the resolution. Otherwise, I'm going to read it, so if you can't see the question, don't worry too much about it, okay? So the question is that Erica invested a total of $5,000, part of it in a 3% simple interest and part at a 4% simple interest. At the end of year one, the investment has earned $176 in interest. How much was invested at each rate? So the thing that you need to know for this is that interest is the principal times the rate times time. So that's how interest is calculated. And now we're going to use all the information that's provided. And once again, I'm going to use a chart or a table to organize my data. So PRT, and we'll go from there. Okay. So the one thing that it says within the problem is that one of them is at 3%. So you could write 3% or you can write it in terms of decimals, so 0.03. And the other one is at 4%, so 0.04. You could write it, leave it in terms of percents. So you could say 3% and 4%, as long as you stay consistent. And let's see, the time is 1 year, right? Because it said at the end of year one or end of 1 year, the investment earned a certain amount of interest. But the thing that we don't know is that we're trying to find out how much Erica invested in the first one and how much Erica invested in the second one. So whichever one you choose, you can choose either one to be the variable, and you don't have to use X. You can use W, you can use P, you can use anything. The other one, you can't just pick another variable because it was given that the total is 5,000. So the other one has to be 5,000 minus whatever the first investment is, right? Because you're splitting your $5,000 amongst these two and you're trying to get interest. So the last part here is interest. If you calculate straight across, anything times 1 it's itself, so I don't have to write that out. So the top part is 0.03 times x, and the bottom part is 0.04 times 5,000 minus x. For this problem, it said both of the investments earned, or in total, she earned $176 in interest. So because it's in total, I'm going to add these two. So 0.04, 5,000 minus x. So in total, it is 176. So if you wrote down 3% here, make sure you take it into the decimal because percent means per 100. And then we carry out the operation, right? So we're going to distribute this. So let's see, 0.03x plus 0.04 times 5,000 minus 0.04 times x equals 176. And now what we're going to do is combine all the like terms. So here we have 0.03 minus 0.04. Okay, so we can combine those and we get negative 0.01x on this side. And we can carry out 0.04 times 5,000. So if you do 0.04 times 5,000, we get 200, and it's positive, equals 176. So now to solve for x, I'm going to subtract over 200. So subtract 200, subtract 200. So it's 176 minus 200. So we get 0.01 negative x is equal to negative 24, right? Because you're subtracting a larger amount from a smaller amount. And then let me move up there. And the last part that we need to do is divide by 0.01. So we get negative 24 divided by 0.01. So, oh, I forgot the negative. So it's divided by negative 0.001. So 24 divided by 0.01 is 2400. So that's my x. The question was, how much was invested at each rate? So we found out one of them, right? Because x is 2400, but the other one we can find out based on this one, because we know that their sum, when I add these two together, it has to be 5,000. So this one is 2,600. So your solution would be you invest 2,400 at the 3% simple interest, and you invest 2,600 at the 4% simple interest to get 176 total in interest. And that is the end of 1.5.